What we're going to do today is talk about a meal that you can make either in the duck blind or at duck camp or anywhere, and you're going to absolutely love it. This is field-proven duck breast sandwiches. What you want to do is you want to start out with just plain old duck breast. These can be frozen, fresh, it doesn't matter. And what we're going to do is we're going to run it through a tenderizer. What we're wanting to do is we want to shred that silver skin that's on those duck breasts. This is going to save us the time of having to trim it off with a knife. This tenderizer here is one that I picked up at Max Prairie Wings. It's cheap, it's portable, and it doesn't require electricity. Plus, it's a whole lot safer than the electric ones. Once we tenderize those breasts, you can see how it just really chews up that meat. This is going to make it real tender and great for sandwiches. Alright, what we want to do is when we put this breast in the tenderizer, we want to rotate it so we don't make the same cut. We're always looking to make different cuts. Okay, we run it through one way. Then when we take the duck breast out, we want to rotate it 90 degrees. So we're doing a cross cut. Alright, bring it out. Then we want a 45 degree. So we diagonally cut across those two cuts we just made. And then we want to do a diagonal 45 the other way. This is going to allow us to maximize our destruction on that meat. And there you go. That's going to be one tender sandwich. Alright, time to get the oil and the fryer ready. I like to use vegetable oil. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works. I also like to use cast iron pots because cast iron retains heat really well. It's good to use out in the cold. And you also want to make sure you use a thermometer so you can properly monitor your temperature. We're going to be cooking this at about 350 to 400 degrees. Anywhere in there is fine. The cooker we're using is a Camp Chef Explorer. This is a great portable cooker to use whether you're in the duck blind or at camp, or you can just throw it in the back of your truck. What we want to start with is just all-purpose flour. Very simple, very effective. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a dip because this is going to be a two-step process. This is just buttermilk. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put regular milk into our dip. About a 60-40 mixture. It doesn't have to be precise. The more buttermilk you use, the thicker your batter is going to be. The more milk you use, the thinner. This is very important to remember. You do not want to put any seasoning in your flour. Save all your seasoning for once we pull the duck breast out of the grease, okay? Alright, what we want to do is go ahead and grab a tenderized duck breast or cubed duck breast and go ahead and put it in the flour. And you want to get a real good coat on it. Really work that flour inside of all those cuts and grooves. We want to make sure that we get a good solid coat. Then from here we go into our buttermilk milk mixture. Like I said, we're about 60-40 on the buttermilk to milk. We just want to dip it in, get a good coat, really get it wet, and then put it back in the flour. What this is going to do is going to allow our second coat of flour to really stick. This is what's going to give us this good breading. We don't want to overbread, and we certainly don't want to underbread either. Alright, our temperature's at 350 degrees, and into the grease we go. Alright, now we just hurry up and wait. While that's cooking, what we want to do is let's just go ahead and start battering up a few more duck breasts so that they're ready to go. These sandwiches are real easy to make, they're real quick, and they are great for leftovers too. You can make a bunch of duck breasts and put them in the refrigerator and you'll have sandwiches for a couple days. They're very filling too. Alright, what we want to do is just kind of flip it over a little bit, just so that way you're making sure it's browning on both sides. Once they're done, you're going to see that it's a good, nice golden brown. It's no different than cooking turkey or anything else. What we want to do now, as soon as we pull it out of the hot grease, now is when we want to put the seasoning on it. What this does is putting the seasoning as soon as it comes out of the grease is going to help draw a lot of that grease off of it, and it helps the seasoning to stick to it as well. You want to flip it over and get a good even coat on both sides. Alright, let's go ahead and get a couple more sandwiches going so that way we're going to have plenty for everybody, because believe me, guys are going to jump all over this. Even people that don't like wild game meat love these sandwiches. It does not have your stereotypical duck flavor to it. Alright, we'll pull out a couple more duck breast, and we want to season these up real good. Just a good even coat on both sides. The buns we're using are basically the cheapest buns I could find at Dollar General, and they are awesome. Don't get real fancy on this, guys. This is just a good old basic sandwich. Alright, what we're putting here is just a little sauce on and some lettuce. You can dress this up any way you want. You can put pepper jack cheese, tomato, bacon, or you can eat it without anything at all. I'm telling you, they're that good. Alright, a little lettuce, top her off with the bun, and that there is field proven Kentucky style camp shake duck breast sandwiches. Thank you for watching, and give it a shot. I promise you won't be disappointed.